Yeah, listen, New Jersey and Virginia are the epicenter of the political universe right now here in America. And so Mikie's made the case every single day of this campaign. She came out of a contested primary, ran away with it. And every day she's been disciplined about the issues that New Jerseyans are facing. So she knows there's an immense amount of work to do. She's raised her hand and dedicated herself to New Jersey, to the American people. And this moment she wants to deliver for New Jersey. And I believe that has resonated with a lot of our voters.
There's been some criticism of the campaign that Mikie Sherrill has been running, the idea that campaign is a little bit more high level. It's about national issues, while Jack Ciattarelli seems to be focusing a little bit more on the kitchen table and pocketbook issues, if you will. What are you hearing from voters as to what they actually want? What are they going to the polls to vote for today?
So I think there's two main issues in this election. One is the affordability challenge that a lot of Americans and New Jerseyans are facing. Two is they want a governor that's going to stand up for New Jersey. Yeah, so at times work with the president, but when needed, stand up to this administration. We've seen this administration overreach in L.A., Portland, Chicago. If they come to New Jersey, we want a governor who's going to protect us. And so those are the two issues I hear the most. And Mikie's been laser focused on both of those issues. She's talked about affordability and what her administration would do to address that here in New Jersey. She's also made it clear that she will stand up to Trump. So I think those two issues are the center of this election, and I think she's done a really good job of articulating a clear message to New Jersey voters.
In talking to voters, you hear a lot about housing affordability, but as of late, you're also hearing a lot about the issue of affordability of electricity. Power prices have jumped more than 20% on a year-over-year basis. Part of that's good. I guess that's a sign that you're getting these data centers and other things moving to the state. But when it raises the bills for homeowners and businesses, you need something to address that. What's the plan?
So she's made it clear that on day one of her administration, she's going to declare a state of emergency on the energy price hikes. There's an immense amount of work that we have to do with our regional operator, PJM, the production that we have in New Jersey. And we also have to look at how demand has changed. You mentioned AI data centers. It's good for New Jersey to be a leader on AI, and you need those data centers to do so, but they require an immense amount of energy. There are ways, and we're looking at it in Congress, it's one of the things that I'm doing on energy and commerce, to think about how that increased energy demand, which could be 13% of all energy demand in the next several years, how that doesn't get pushed to our consumers, our residents. So it's going to take all hands, whole of government approach, but she's made that a clear priority of hers, and that's a day one priority. So I know it's something that she's looking forward to tackling as governor.
Another big issue, of course, is taxation, the idea of addressing some of the budget issues, potentially raising the sales tax once again, as well as corporate taxation. Do you think that's something, that the governor, no matter who it is, would actually follow through on, and would there be enough support at the State House to see that through?
Well, I think you can take innovative ways, right? Like I think, yes, traditionally money in, money out, right? So if we need to spend to grow and build New Jersey, then we need to raise the revenue to do so. But on something like mass transit and infrastructure, there are ways to do it where you look at the assets that NJ Transit has that are underutilized. And if you can make better use of them, you can actually create revenue for the state without having to raise taxes, raise the levy. So I think Mikie's going to have an innovative approach. I don't think she's just going to go and say we have to raise taxes because we have to pay for A, B, and C. I think she's going to look about how the state has underutilized assets, how to make better use of them to reduce the tax burden on New Jerseyans, because it goes into the affordability crisis, whether it's energy, whether it's taxes. These are what people are thinking about.
You represent Jersey City, the second most populous city in the state, and really third most populous, really, in the entire New York metro area. It's seen phenomenal growth over the past few years in terms of new residents and new businesses. How do you get more businesses, and not just the big companies, but small and medium-sized businesses, to actually set up shop here?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a competitive landscape. So I think New Jersey's done that well on the film industry, right? We've seen an announcement in Bayonne where they're opening up a new studio. We have one here in Jersey City. We have one in Newark. Government needs to work with private sector, and that's things like giant studios to small and medium-sized businesses. You have to have a competitive landscape. It's something that we think about at the federal level. I know municipalities think about it, and that's something that the state needs to continue to lead on. We want to drive business here. We want to grow homegrown businesses that are at the center of places like Jersey City and make sure that we create an environment for them to do so.
We were remiss in not asking you about the government shutdown.
Yeah.
We're now basically officially at 35, the longest government shutdown, longest full government shutdown in history. Where is the discussion right now between Democrats and Republicans in Congress, particularly in the Senate? Are we any closer to actually getting this resolved?
Yeah, I think we are inching closer. Mm-hmm. But, you know, for us, it's been a clear mission that it goes back to the affordability challenge, and specifically for Democrats, healthcare. Republicans voted to take $1 trillion out of Medicaid. That's going to make healthcare more expensive for everyone. We know at the end of the year, the ACA premium tax credits expire. So if you allow those to expire, premiums are going to increase for everyone on the exchange. At some point, it has to stop, right? We're talking about SNAP and the administration not funding it. Well, before that, they had the largest cut to SNAP in the program's history. So the pain has to stop because we see it every day when we're out with our constituents. That's what Democrats have been fighting for. The center of it has been healthcare. We're going to continue to fight for that. And Republicans look like they're interested in having a conversation specifically on the ACA. And I hope we get to that conversation, get the government back open.
Are you comfortable, though, with the leadership by the Democrats in Congress in trying to navigate through this crisis?
Listen, we're in the triple minority, right? And so we've drawn a line in the sand that for the American people, we have to deliver more affordable health care. That message has resonated with people. When I'm out, people say, hold the line, keep fighting for us, because if we do nothing, we will not be able to afford our health care, our housing, our prescription drugs. That's what Democrats are fighting for, and they're happy to see us do so, and they are in this fight with us.
All right, circling back to the election here in New Jersey, I do have to ask you, we've had 4 years here of Phil Murphy. Maybe potentially that legacy continues with Mikie Sherrill. When you take a look at Murphy's legacy, what do you think he got right? And more importantly, what do you think he maybe did not take advantage of?
So, I think he got an immense amount right on moving the state forward on a lot of things that were responsive to what was happening in the first Trump administration, codifying, reproductive health care here in New Jersey. He's done an immense amount to drive the economy here from being a leader on AI to tech to film studio. So he's done a lot to grow New Jersey, grow New Jersey's profile. I think on the energy front, I think we could have diversified our approach a little bit more to not bake so much of it into offshore wind, but to really maximize solar, to look at nuclear, to look at fusion. But he still did so much, and I'm really proud that he was our governor for these important years.
Only about 30 seconds left, but looking ahead to the potential results that we get tonight, the polls have gotten a little bit tighter over the last few weeks. Ciattarelli has really closed the gap with Sherrill. You think she's still going to pull it out?
I do. I've seen the momentum on the ground the last several days. Last night in Union City, 2 days ago in West New York, it's palpable. And people know it's on the line. I think when they're in this final moment, they have to make a decision in the ballot box, they're going to go with Mikie because she's a true leader for New Jersey.